All right, let's go. It's Comic Artist Pro Secrets. My name is Ethan Van Sciver, 26-year veteran of the comic book industry, world's most charming, elegant, eloquent, and yet humble man. Great big Star Wars fan. Trusted member of the media. Thank you. Now, today is an important day. Today's a very important day, everyone. Today is the day that I got a little internet thing, a little Wi-Fi projector that may actually help me live stream. It may actually help me continue to do the work that I need to do, which is to tell people, tell the masses about what's going on in the world. Hold on a second. Let me call up the chat here, see how it's going, see if it's actually working. Is it working? Can you guys see me? All right. Wonderful. I think you can see me. Tell me if you can't. This isn't the perfect situation. I mean, it's a Verizon, I don't know what, but I think it's working. No potato cam, yeah. Is it? All right. This is great news. I'll even take off my shoulder or my elbow pads. I'll even take these off in celebration. Yeah. Everyone, CYBERFROG proof copy. I tried to do this yesterday, but we did have potato cam. I hope that it's better this time. I can see it's a little bit better here and there, but I don't know if it's perfect yet. I do want to just show you this and just talk about how wonderful this is. This is one of, you can see I have more of them on the rack over here. I got my Vampirella comics on this side, and I got my CYBERFROG Galley copies on this side. I think I've got fewer than 10. I had 10 that were express FedEx shipped to me, and then I gave a couple away to some people. So I think I have maybe 6 or 7 left. I printed 250 of these. These are officially the first print of CYBERFROG Blood Honey #1, or just CYBERFROG Blood Honey. And I think I'm going to have 200 left over. So eventually I'm going to offer them after everything's been fulfilled. I'll make these kind of like a bonus tier. So if you want, I'll limit it to 200. You guys can get one if you want. But here it is. This is the entire book and how it's mostly going to look. It's going to look a little bit less saturated. The colors a little less saturated than this in the final piece. It should be, because these are printed digitally. This book was printed basically just to say, hey, does everything look okay? I mean, is everything aligned properly? You ready to go? Now that this has all been done, these are going to get banged out pretty quickly. And I went through it last night, was enjoying it, was enjoying seeing this book that I worked so hard on finally in print. And, they said, what do you want on the cover? And I just said, just the logo and then proof copy, my all caps comics little logo at the bottom here. This looks official. This looks mysterious. Look at the special thanks page in the back. It's a special thanks page. Thanks, everyone. These are the people who actually backed at a pretty high tier. You got your name. Your own, look at this. I mean, there are only like 19 or 20 names here. That's pretty good. That's a lot of attention that you get. Overall, I'm really happy with it. I mean, this is every single page, every single panel is my best work. It should be. It took so long to do, but everything about this book is good. I think I read it, and my one complaint was that it read too quickly, and I wish it kept going. I read the whole thing in about 25 minutes, and I was like, I wish it were like, I wish it were twice as long. But it will be twice as long because, we're going to keep adding to the story. The story ends, we pick it up. It ends with a kind of to be continued punctuation. We're going to pick it up from here and just keep doing CYBERFROG books. And boy, I'm really excited about that. I love it. Absolutely love it. Let's see. Who do we got in the chat right now? Cool. Congratulations, man, says Raphael. Tuapi's here looking great. Matt Svalar says dope. Selena Dominguez is here. Limited edition white cover. Yeah. I mean, these proof copies, I'm going to have, like I said, I printed 250 of them. I will sell 200 of them Oh, because what we decided to do is, look, we're about $100,000 away from $1 million with this campaign, maybe a little more than that. How do we get it to $1 million, on this book? So I talked to the printer and I said, well, after this initial batch is run off, let's just run off, I don't know, black and white covers or something like that. Let's run off another set of exclusive CyberFrog Blood Honey fourth, fifth, and sixth printings or something like that, and we'll just run another campaign for those, for the people who are now eyeing you enviously as you receive your copy of CyberFrog Blood Honey, and they realize they should have done it all along. Now, if you haven't yet backed, you still can. The link is in the description below. I mean, obviously, we're getting pretty close to the deadline now, and I don't know how much longer I'm going to keep this up. But it is here. I mean, you can still pick up a copy of the CyberFrog Blood Honey team-up cover, the third variant, and last chance to buy CyberFrog Blood Honey. Maybe not. Maybe not. We might make this another opportunity by creating a different cover for these for this book. I would just like to see it get to 7 figures, and we're so close. So we have to just give it a little bit of a boost. Yeah, links in the description. So make sure to back it now. We are going to start fulfilling very, very, very shortly. And people say, can you get more specific than that? No, I can't. I don't know. I have no idea. Vampirella CyberFrog is already being fulfilled. It's already in the fulfillment stage. I went and I signed 1,200 comics, and I've seen them all. They're all in. I signed all of the print. The prints are gorgeous. Oh my God, when I saw the prints, I was like, we only charged $50 for these signed. Like, we could have, it's worth more than that. These prints are absolutely beautiful. They're huge. They're going to be framed. They're very classy. Let me show you. Hold on. I only let myself have one, I only took one, and I'll frame it. I'm going to hang it in my office. I mean, talk about a print that's suitable for framing. It's this. Let me turn on the camera again. Stop sharing screen. I'm terrified all the time now. I'm always scared now that my internet is going to bomb out. But yeah, look at this. This is the one copy that I kept. I'm going to frame it. I mean, it's really, really big. It's on 100-pound paper. Like, it's just very, very nice stock. I love the black border at the bottom. It says by Ethan Van Sciver, CyberFrog down here. My all caps comics logo, the little Vampirella logo with the 50-year anniversary. Vampirella is 50 years old. She doesn't look like it. She's holding up. But then again, 50 is the new 20. Is 50 the new 20? Maybe. So we've got these are, I signed them all right here, and I just plowed through, like, I don't know how many we sold, maybe 200 of them. So I signed about 200 of them, and they're going to be on their way. These are no longer going to be available. I don't think these aren't available anymore. We cut off the campaign. So if you missed it, you missed it. But don't worry. I just started. And again, my sketches, my blue line stuff is garbage, but I just started the cover to Vampirella #1. So I'm going to be doing a cover for Vampirella #1. It's going to have CyberFrog on it. And, I'm thinking, because the last one did so well, this one may have a foil logo. Like a green foil or red foil, shiny logo on it. I just think that would be kind of a cool idea. I don't know. Let's just make them special. None of the other Vampirella #1 variant covers had foil logos. We should. Like, ours should be better than everyone's. Why not? Let's make it happen. Wow, we're getting some super chats. Let me just check out what you guys have to say here, and then we're going to proceed on with the show, which is going to be... Man, it's one of these shows that I wish I didn't have to do. I wish I didn't have to do this kind of a show. I wish that the world was a better place. But the world is not a better place, is it? The world is full of soy-based, soy boy SJW harassers that bother innocent people. Innocent people, like your boy Tug. We'll talk about that in a minute. Let's see. Obi-Wan says, today's an important day. You have internet again. Sort of. Not really. It's shaky, to be honest with you. It's kind of slow. It's better than before, but I still don't have self-confidence. We had people out in the driveway that were marking the gas line and everything. And just, I mean, it's encouraging. Comcast cable is going to be here soon, and they're going to restore internet, and then I'm going to be like Super Saiyan. I'm going to be the godhood will be. I will be after. I will be after YouTube. I will rock YouTube as soon as I've got my internet back again. Andrew Huerta says, this is for your internet. Oh, thank you. Richard Dunn says, Hail Caesar, keep the faith. Can't wait for CyberFrog. Rookie Critic says, sweet, CyberFrog is here. Yes. I'm still waiting for the Chromium. I haven't seen any of the Chromium covers yet. They take a long time because they're put together in layers. I don't know what anybody's talking about, but they showed me like what it looks like. It's like the front is Chromium and the inside is like a little etching of the, you can see the figure. It's etched into the Chromium on the other side. Just hurry up and do it. Let's see. GR People says, Hail Caesar, can't wait for these books. Avi Fagan gives me $1, and then Avi Fagan gives me another $1. Vince Garrett says, heard a rumor that CyberFrog's coming sometime between August and the heat death of the universe. Hopefully it'll be closer to August. I promise you that is true. GR People says, can we get a teaser on when Rainbow the Brute goes live? Got to make sure I can back a higher tier. Oh, yeah. Okay, let me get through these. I have a couple more, and I'll talk to you about Rainbow Brute. Rookie Critic says the hype is real. Jake Foley says, for $1 million, you could always use the Disney method and buy your own product to artificially inflate sales. Book looks amazing, by the way. I'm hyped. Yeah, I guess I could do that, but I actually do want to make $1 million. I would like to have $1 million. I don't want to spend my own money. Track Media Only says, I'm waiting on your cover to buy Vampirella #1. Oh, cool. I appreciate that. They said, why don't you do Vampirella kissing CyberFrog, like on the cheek, and CyberFrog being like kind of like grouchy about it? And I went, no, I don't know. I thought about it. I tried to sketch it, and I said, I don't want to do this. Maddie Russell says, have you seen the top Twitter trend? Oh boy, what is it? What is the top Clinton body count? Yeah. Because of the attempted suicide of Jeffrey Epstein. I don't know. Do I hope he kills himself? This guy needs to go to jail for a long, long time. That's without question. I want to see him punished. Raging Golden Eagle says, are Chromium covers only worth it if you have metallic objects fonts on it? No. I mean, not at all. It's not the Chromium cover. It's not like a foil. I don't know what you guys are picturing when I say Chromium cover. The whole cover is a mirror. It's mirrored. And then CyberFrog is, you're going to see the CyberFrog image or the Salamandroid image in it, and you're going to see it's going to be colorful and everything, but you'll be able to see your reflection in it. And when you flip it over, it's nothing but the All Caps Comics logo against just a Chromium mirror. It's going to be very, very impressive. You're going to be very happy with it. They haven't made a comic like this. People talk about Chromium all the time, but they kind of wimp out. It's not real Chromium. It's just foil. They'll do foil enhanced and call it Chromium. This is real Chromium. It's mirrored. It's super, super shiny and expensive as hell. And it takes a long time to do, as I'm finding out. And okay, so now that we got through this, let me talk about Rainbow Brute, because that's related to Chromium and what we're going to do here. All right, so Rainbow Brute. First of all, doing CyberFrog Blood Honey was an incredible learning experience for me. As you guys know, it took a long, long time to do. Last year I didn't even really feel like drawing comics very much. CyberFrog was very much sort of cathartic to me. I wanted to get it out on paper. I wanted it to be perfect and ideal in every way. Rainbow Brute is going to be a little bit quicker because, as you can see from the style, Rainbow Brute is a lot less detailed, a lot less difficult to draw. And it goes quicker. It's in my other kind of Impulse. I don't know if you guys know this. I drew a comic book called Impulse in the 1990s, and it was a little bit more cartoony than the stuff that you see now. The backgrounds were really detailed, but it was a cartoony looking book. And for those of you who haven't seen this yet, let me share the screen. We can talk about this a little bit more. Boom, this is Rainbow Brute. By the way, great logo here by James Dean, our buddy JDA. He did a fantastic job. He just designed this. People are criticizing the colors that he used, but this doesn't mean anything. Like, I can just go to him and say, you know what, see the fire and the brute? Let's just change it to a rainbow. Let's get rainbow in there. And obviously we're going to. This is my Rainbow Brute drawing style. It's a lot. It's still detailed, but it's a lot more simplistic and goes a lot quicker. I could draw this in 6 hours. So don't worry. We're going to get this done really fast. It's going to be available on time. But one thing that I learned is that if you're going to do a special cover, and I want to do a specialty cover, I'm making, he's the good JDA. I'm making an assumption that maybe I shouldn't make. I shouldn't be cocky about this at all. I should kind of just scale back my expectations. But when we did CYBERFROG Blood Honey, my ankle itches. When we did CYBERFROG Blood Honey, I kind of said, hey, if we can get to $100,000, I'm going to do a chromium cover. And when I said that, I had no idea how difficult it was to do a chromium cover. And also, the campaign was moving pretty quickly. I mean, we made $90,000 in the first day, first 24 hours of CYBERFROG Blood Honey. So that was that. What I didn't understand was the incredible process of doing chromium, and I should have done it almost immediately. Now, with Rainbow Brute, because it takes weeks and weeks, with Rainbow Brute, I'm going to do the same thing, and I'm going to very humbly suggest that if we can get to $100,000 on the campaign, which we may or may not do, then I'm going to have a rainbow prism cover. So chromium rainbow prism. If you can picture that, you're going to hold it up to the light and you're going to be able to see rainbows in it. Okay. Obviously, this is the perfect thing to do. We should do this. When that happens, if that happens, when that happens, I'm going to send it out for print right away. I will already have the cover ready. The cover is going to be mocked up. And the thing about those special covers is they don't all get printed at the same place. You have to get those cover sheets printed somewhere else, preferably China, because China will do it, but it takes a long time to get back and forth. Like printing a comic book, printing CYBERFROG Blood Honey is easy. Printing the extra stuff that I want on it, the sketch cover, wraparound, and then over top of that, the chromium cover, that's what takes time. That's the time-consuming part. So what I would do is I would actually just have the cover ready and I would ship it out to get the rainbow spectrum covers printed right away. So we could have a big stack of the covers ready to go to hand over to the printer who's going to do the innards of the book. And then we'll get this thing out on time. I'm learning things. I'm making a plan as we go. Now, Rainbow Brute is going to be very unique because we're going to do, and I'm already talking to somebody about this. I've got all these people who are like, I can do this for you. I can do that for you. Like people who actually produce merchandise. So I've got a guy. I'm getting this priced up right now to figure out how to do this. Rainbow Brute will have an early bird special, limited edition early bird special. Now, CYBERFROG Blood Honey, I think I have something like 14,000 backers, something crazy like that. I mean, it's awesome. I'm going to do an early bird special that's limited to 2,500 copies. So the first 2,500 people, I think I'm going to limit it to maybe 2 per person, something like that. You're going to get everything with the campaign. You'll get a book. You'll get the Bro White book. You're going to get stickers. You're going to get posters. And we're talking about, this isn't definite yet, but we're talking about a very small Rainbow Brute plushie. Rainbow the Brute plushie. And all of it is going to come in a very limited to let's say 2,500 lunchbox tin. So an oversized lunchbox tin with Rainbow Brute printed all over it. Okay. That's going to be the early bird special. So you're going to get all of this stuff together, maybe shrink wrapped. I'm going to see what I can do. I'm pretty excited about it. You're going to be able to get this early bird special. It's going to be it's going to be a lot more expensive than just getting the book by itself. But it's going to be the very, very best way to get Rainbow the Brute. You're going to get a lunchbox tin. It's going to have one of everything in it. It's going to have maybe a plush. We're pricing out the plushes and finding out if we can make 2,500 plushes of Rainbow Brute or a Care Bear. I haven't even decided. It could be one of the emo grizzlies. The Care Bears are called the emo grizzlies. We're just trying to take it so far enough away from the original things that we're parodying that we can't get in any trouble. So the emo grizzlies could be My Girthy Stallion, anything like that. I don't know the price. I don't know the price yet. It's going to be expensive. Obviously, it's going to be like you know, almost the highest tier. The highest tier that I usually do is a page of original art, and that's like $1,000. So it'll be somewhere underneath that, but it's going to be limited to 2,500. These are going to go pretty quickly, I think. I don't know. Who knows? I don't know how these things go. I don't know how. I don't know how campaigns go. You can never really tell. You just have to keep your expectations low, but be prepared. And I'm super, super prepared for this campaign and super prepared for the fulfillment of this book in a way that I never possibly could have been for CYBERFROG. I had no idea how to produce something like this, So pretty excited. GR People says, take our money now, press money for Caesar. Oh, by the way, did you guys see? I added a new emoji to those people who haven't joined the channel yet. I added the transcript emoji. If you are a member of the channel, you'll see that you have a whole lot of emojis to choose from. And some of we've got a your boy Zach, we got a Mike S. Miller, we've got all this stuff. We have a new transcript emoji, so try that one out and enjoy it. Rookie Critic, thanks for $10, says, can you say this line in your best soy voice? It'll go in a skit I'm making, if you're okay with that. Okay, I'll say it. Ready? Your toxic masculinity count is too high. Join us. Come and praise the beautiful Brie Larson, my guy. How was that? Pretty good? Cut and print. Yeah, there it is. There's the transcript bunny. Enjoy that. I always add, I try to add new emojis when I can, so that bunny's got the transcripts. You can't get away with anything. You cannot get away, with anything around here. It's important that you understand. Yeah, we're filling it up. We got, I love it. So if you guys haven't joined the channel, you want to join and have access to all of the cool show-based meme emojis, just hit join next to subscribe. Join this channel, be a part of it. What it costs is $4.99 a month, and that basically goes to supporting this channel. Lately, when I do videos about feminists and soy boys or anything like that, anything kind of even slightly controversial, I don't think it's controversial at all. I think it's important. But anything like that, YouTube demonetizes those videos, thus trying to discourage us from making those videos and making videos about that content. Well, we can just get people to join the channel. You guys, by joining the channel and pledging $4.99 a month, of which I get $3 per month. If you guys do that, like, I can do whatever I want. It doesn't matter if they demonetize my videos. They can demonetize any videos that they want to, and it doesn't matter because it's still profitable to make the videos. So thank you to everyone who has already joined, and I absolutely appreciate you. If you haven't yet, please do consider it. People, by the way, are saying, Ethan, I saw this, and I was kind of like, oh my gosh, like I wanna check this out. I was yelling yesterday at Andrea. I mean, I was yelling at her. I was like, why aren't they making zombie movies? They haven't made any good zombie movies in forever. And Andrea was like, I know, but stop yelling at me. I'm like, no, I'm not going to stop yelling. There are no good zombie movies. I'm waiting for 28 months later. There's nothing good. If I'm looking up horror movies, there are no good horror movies. What am I supposed to do? And she said, I don't know. If she'd only known that the trailer for Zombieland 2, Zombieland was great. I don't watch it that much. And I probably should because it's a really good movie. The trailer for Zombieland 2 is up, and I would love to show it to you, but I'm finding out that my internet only goes so far. Oh my God, Comcast, please fix my internet. All right, we'll come back to that. I haven't even watched it yet. I haven't watched the trailer. Was it good? Zombieland 2. I mean, Zombieland 1 was one of the best zombie movies. It's up there. It's in the top 10. To me, the 28 series is the best. 28. I was talking to somebody at Fox Atomic Studios back in 2007, and I said, when are you going to make a sequel to 28 Weeks Later? Because That movie was the scariest zombie movie, the most intense zombie movie I've ever seen. And I would like more of that. And the guy said, oh, we're already working on it. He said, it's going to be 28 months later. But the way we're going to do it is it's going to start out 28 years later. Okay. And then you're going to see whatever you're going to see. And then we're going to backtrack and go, here's how we got there 28 months later. Now, that was the plan that I understood when I talked to one of the guys at Fox Atomic. But that was back in 2007. So I don't know if plans changed. I kind of hope not. I would love them to do 28 years later and then backtrack to 28 months later. It'd be a really futuristic movie. But would it? I mean, if it would be like the whole world would have shut down in 28 years. It'd be a wasteland. I don't know. But anyway, I'm excited about that. And I'm excited about Zombieland 2 Double Tap. Of course, what this means is that Donald Trump is going to win again. So those of you who don't know what I'm talking about, I have a theory that has proven to be correct, 100% correct, that when zombies are more popular than vampires, Republicans win. And vice versa. When vampires are more popular than zombies, Democrats win. If you look at the 90s, if you look at the 90s, let's just start with the 90s. When the Clintons, when Bill Clinton was president, what is that? Oh, it started. Hold on a second. Hold on. Oh my goodness. All right. All of a sudden the trailer started. We'll get back to that in a second. Well, let's look at this trailer here and see if we can see it all. And if this doesn't work, I'm sorry. I'm sorry in advance. Okay, hold on a second here. Back up. Back up, back up. And let's turn on the volume. This is going to look like garbage to you guys. All right, let's go.
Time to nut up or shut up.
People say to me, you look like Woody Harrelson. I don't know why people say that to me. I don't think I'm way fatter than Woody Harrelson. I don't think at any point in Woody Harrelson's life did I look like him or vice versa. I don't see it, but I hear it all the time. I hear that. I hear Randy Quaid. I prefer being told that I look like Woody Harrelson. All right, let's go. I'm sorry, but Emma Stone is super hot. I don't know if she's hot. She's a cutie. Yeah, she's not hot. She doesn't look good in that. I shouldn't have said that. I shouldn't have said that she looks hot in this one picture where it looks like her chin goes straight down into her neck. She doesn't look that great here. But I do like her. All right. Boom.
Yeah. I'm flexible, gangbang. I talk all the same. I got a clip for this brain. Get back so you feel bad.
God damn.
Oh, God. Hey, Possum, Asia.
Sorry, just you in that chair.
I think I would have made a damn fine president.
You would have brought a real dignity to the office.
You're welcome, America.
Welcome to Zombieland. Life is about more than just survival. We were a family. Dysfunctional, sure, but what family isn't?
Merry Christmas. What would you like, little girl?
I'd really like for you to stop calling me little girl.
Do you know what I would like?
I don't give a shit what you like.
It felt so good to be on the move.
Twinkies.
Oh my God, I'm so sorry. Hi, I'm Columbus.
Madison.
This is Tallahassee.
Hey, Poplart. Is this your dad? Oh, whoopsie. I forgot the seatbelt rule.
Oh, so she knows the rules?
I told her just a few of them.
73. Are there more? You're cute. I like it.
My sister is gone. She picked up the boy. He's from
I'm not seeing any zombies. I'm not seeing any zombies. I guess they're coming. Where are the zombies? All right.
Berkeley.
Berkeley.
You don't have weed, do you?
Do I look like the type of person that would have weed?
I'm sorry.
Boom. Yeah.
Oh,
Nothing against hippies. I just want to beat the shit out of them. We're going to go get her. We ride it, dog.
Start talking.
You first. My name's Tallahassee.
oh, shh.
Light him up. right.
Oh, my apologies, little Elvis. Is it me, or does he kind of remind you of...
I don't like you at all. I think you double parked. Or more perpendicular parked. Hope we don't get a
What
ticket.
is going on here?
Hello, everyone.
Am I hallucinating?
I don't want to watch it again. That was sweet. That was great. What do you guys think? I didn't see enough zombies. I really like the I really like seeing them run over by farm equipment, though. You know, it looks like a good time to me. I really like zombie movies. I like everybody in the cast except for Jesse Eisenberg, who I think is a smartass who was never beaten up in his life. Do you think he was beaten up in his life? No, people are saying hard pass. Looks like crap. Not enough zombies. Yeah, I really didn't see enough zombies. I just saw a lot of people being funny. Like, haha, we're in the White House. Where are the zombies in the White House? Where's Zombama? Where's Zombie Obama? Zombama. Barack Zombie Obama. Because that's what he would have been, a zombie. People are saying they're tired of Cape shit. Yeah, I am too. I could do without superhero movies. I can't get enough zombie movies if they're well made. Good, well-made zombie movies are great. So I'm actually excited about it. I'll go see it. Zombamba. Zombarak. Zombarak is better. I should have come up with that. Yeah, you guys are awesome. Scary. It looks, yeah. Ozamba. Yeah, some people are saying, I don't understand why you're saying you're going to pass. Like, what about it bothered you? Is there anything in particular about it that bothered you? Yeah. Train to Busan. I'll see that. I've never seen that. The captain says ripping off Shaun of the Dead. Trash. Well, this is the sequel. I don't know. You got to see the first one. I guess it is kind of a Shaun of the Dead ripoff, but Shaun of the Dead, of course, had borrowed from its sources too. I don't know. You guys are a lot more negative about this than I thought. All right, let's move on to a different subject. I don't want to talk about this this complete buffoon. I don't want to talk about this soy-based chud, but I'm going to do it for my brother. I'm going to do it for my brother, and I don't mean my biological brother. I mean my brother Tug, that umbrella guy. This is Bounding Into Comics. Great website. This website has yet allowed some anti-Comicsgate, some weirdo Comicsgate adjacent loser to just grind their axes at me in a fake column. I appreciate that about Bounding Into Comics. Don't think I'm not paying attention and keeping score. I am, to some degree, paying attention and keeping score. And so far, Bounding Into Comics, when it comes to letting soy-based Comicsgate adjacent weirdos complain that they were not allowed on my show, and therefore I am to be condemned because their comic failed because I didn't let them on, use their platform to grind an axe about me. So far, Bounding Into Comics has done that 0 times. 0 times. And I do appreciate it. Yeah. All right, so we got Tug here. Now, Tug's going through some stuff. Oh, God. Is there anybody more despicable than Tim Doyle? Look at that dude. Oh, he's a little Oompa Loompa. Tim Doyle has mastered the art of selfies, of taking selfies, because Tim Doyle takes shots of himself every single time his eyebrow is raised like this. He's got his weirdo granny glasses on. I don't know. His terrible art. Is it terrible? It's just, I don't know. I don't know what he's doing. But he's a goofball. And then he, look, dude, I understand. It's all about where you put the camera. But I mean, this is the situation here. And I'm not entirely unsympathetic. I'm not unentirely sympathetic. I understand what it's like. I don't look like this. I'm not grotesquely obese and 4 feet tall, but I'm just saying I understand the desire that one has to try to find a way, for the sake of vanity, to make yourself not look like an Oompa Loompa when you look like a goddamn Oompa Loompa. I do understand that, Tim. I got it. Now I'm 6 feet tall. I'm carrying a little bit of weight in the front. I got dad bod. I got a little dad bod. But ultimately, I'm not. I don't understand. I don't have these little hands either. These little tiny doll hands. God, dude, I hate this dude so much. I do. He's guarding his $8 in his money box. So he's got his money box here. He's selling his prints. Nakatomi Ink. He's got a print shop. They print pictures of things. Would you like a picture of a thing? This guy's like, I would. I would like your custom. I would like to. Can I buy a picture of a thing? He's like, I've drawn an octopus fighting a shark. Would you like? Yes, I would. I would like an octopus fighting a shark. Okay, well, you take out your money. Let me see it first. I'm guarding the cash box very carefully. He's like, I can see there's a size differential here. I'm a little bit on guard. I hope you understand. And I'm sure that this guy does. In the meantime, this is the picture that he takes of himself. And this is what it's all about. I get it. Hold that camera high. Turn your head to the side here. That works as well to hide all this. You want to keep the camera up like this. And also some magical optical illusion in the back. Optical illusion in the back. That's also very, very helpful. New profile pic. Looking good. Looking good. Tim Doyle is also a human being who sexually harasses his neighbor's pets. This is his neighbor. This is his neighbor who is complaining that Tim Doyle, and this is, by the way, I'm not making this up. Tim Doyle is somebody who runs a print shop, Nakatomi Ink or whatever it is, in Texas. He is an enormous man-child. And he walks around like his neighbors are upset because this weirdo, this little kind of chubby little fellow, this little bearded hockey puck is out there at 2 a.m. with his iPhone in his neighbor's yard, walking around aimlessly. What would you think? What would you think? So this person's responding, quote, I play a lot of Pokemon Go. If you see me sitting in a car, this is Tim talking to his neighbors. If you see me sitting in a car or driving slow or parked outside your house, and then you qualify that statement by the claim that you are, quote, not here to sodomize your pets. Tim actually said this to his neighbors. He says, I'm not here to sodomize. Imagine you're living in a community with this weirdo who is sitting there saying, I'm going to be lurking outside in the dark by your house at 2 a.m. with my iPhone wandering around. And by the way, don't worry about it. I'm not here to sodomize your pets. This is what he said to his normal neighbor. This is the world of these mentally ill weirdos that harass Comicsgate. These people who are so ass mad, so very, very ass mad about the fact that they have to put up with 8 years of Donald Trump as president and then another 8 years of Pence, Electro Pence. You're going to have to deal with 16 years of Electro Pence. You'll survive. We survived 8 years of Obama. It's no reason to threaten to sodomize your neighbor's dog. You disgusting degenerate. She says, dude, these are your neighbors that you're communicating yourself to. Are you 14 years old? It's not cool to behave in ways that are juvenile at best and blatantly fucking creepy at worst. And then you're eating a fudgesicle in your photo there. Eating a fudgesicle. The reason why he's eating a fudgesicle is because he belonged to a website for people who collected art. Is it Geeklies or is it Geeklies? Geeklies. And they couldn't use the shit, where like you couldn't type shit because the website didn't allow profanity. So when you type shit, it would say fudge. So many people told Tim Doyle to suck shit while he was there with his horrible, horrible prints. So many people on this website told Tim Doyle that his artwork sucked shit, that as a joke, a self-effacing joke, he took this picture and made it his meme. This is literally him sucking shit. All right, that's what this is for. A lot of people didn't understand that. But that's the joke here. This is him being like, You all told me that my artwork sucks shit. You all told me that I suck shit. Here I am, sucking shit. Okay, so just people are like, are you sucking a penis? No, he's not. You might get confused for that. You might get confused and think that Tim Doyle is saying that here he is sucking a penis. He's not. That's not what that is. That's just coincidental. In fact, he's making a joke about the way his customers told him his art sucked shit. Okay, thank you. We move forward. Back to Amy Anomalous here. His poor neighbors. God, can you imagine? I don't know what it's... Can you imagine what it would be like to live in this guy's neighborhood? You should see me in my neighborhood. By the way, my neighborhood's extremely upper class. Everyone around me is doctors, lawyers, professionals, important people. They're great. They're awesome. They all have, you know, parties. Hey, how you doing, Nick? Hey, Ethan, how you doing? What's up? You know, adults. And they know who I am. You know, they know I'm a YouTuber. They know I'm a comic book artist. They know all this stuff. They think it's cool. I would never say, hey, I'm not here to fuck your dog. I'm not here to sodomize your pets. This asshole thinks he's on TV. He thinks he's on TV. He thinks he's the star of his own little sitcom. He thinks that there's a reality show about Tim Doyle and that he's the star of it. He's so mentally ill. He's so demented, so degenerate that he thinks he's watched a lot of TV. He imagines himself being on TV. And this is how he embraces the world. And his neighbors say, and then you're eating a fudge-sickle in your photo there. You're sucking shit in a photograph. Got it? Just maybe take a minute and look at your life choices. Tim, take a minute and look at your life choices. Look where you are. Look where you are. You find yourself in Texas running an unsuccessful print shop. When you go to a convention, look at this guy. When you go to a convention, this is what happens. This is what happens to you at a convention. You're all by yourself. Nobody's coming up to your booth, except for this one guy who's just like, hey, do you know where the men's room is? Tim's like, do I ever? Guarding your cash box, selling nothing. Nobody gives a shit. The only reason anybody knows who Tim Doyle is because he attacks Comicsgate. And we are the most important movement in comics. The most important movement in comics. We are everything that's happening right now. As SJWs like Tim Doyle and everyone like him who are bitterly clinging to what's left of this dying comic book industry sink under the waves of obscurity. Comicsgate is ascendant. Comicsgate's ascendant. I make more in a week than Tim makes in a year. That's a fact. I got the receipts. Your boy Zach, similarly, makes an awful lot of money now. Why? Why does he make so much money? He makes so much money because of assholes like this dude. We could have just disappeared. We could have just said, you know what? The comic book industry is fucked up. It's full of like SJWs. It's full of SJWs right now. And they're ruining comic books. And then people could have been like, yeah, fuck off, who cares? And that would be it. That would be it for us. That'd be it for Comicsgate. People would say the comic book industry is dying anyway. Who cares? Who cares if it's been taken over by Chubba Wubbas? Who cares? Who cares if it's been taken over by soy boys? By the way, both of these individuals match the description of my t-shirt. Why does this happen? Why is it that everyone looks exactly like the drawing that I did? People didn't look like this in the 1980s. People didn't look like this in the 1990s, really. If they did, you'd make a point of it. But all SJWs, all soy boys look like this now. They're like, okay, we have astigmatism and we cannot afford LASIK surgery, or we cannot afford contact lenses. So let's all get these thick rim glasses. They're ironic. They make us look a little like Buddy Holly. None of us have jawlines. Let's grow beards that will make us look like we're men instead of the little man children that we are. Oh, God, imagine. Oh, these people. What if this was your father? Oh, I mean, look, what if that was your father? He is. He's got like 3 kids. Jesus Christ. Oh, it's the end of the world. It is the end of the world. All right, so you just look at him. You go, Ethan, I feel sorry for him. You're coming down on him really hard. Like, why are you picking on this one little chubby fellow? What did this dwarf do that would make you roast him so hard? What did he do? What type of person is he that his neighbors would say, take a minute and look at your life choices. Why don't you offer to mow an elderly neighbor's lawn like I do? Get off your iPhone and see what the people around you might need. You don't have to be a sexual predator to be an entitled, immature asshole. No, but they both do tend to go hand in hand a little bit. They go hand in hand. If you could see me right now, you'd see I'm linking my fingers together. They go hand in hand. Sexual predator, entitled, immature asshole. Not, I'm just saying. Imagine getting this note from your neighbor. How do you live there? Why don't you move? You think this woman doesn't talk? Your entire neighborhood probably fucking hates you. Hates you. They look at you like a weirdo, dude. They think you're a fucking little weirdo, and you're on your phone playing Pokemon Go. What are you, 40? You're 40-something? Running around outside. I gotta find this one Pikachu. Over here is Jigglypuff. Is Jigglypuff one? Gotta find Jigglypuff. Charizard. I'm sorry, but like Charizard is underneath your toilet right now, so I'm going to have to install my camera. I'm going to have to install my iPhone camera underneath inside of your toilet because that's where Charizard is right now. And he only comes out in the middle of the night. I'm going to have to install my iPhone camera inside your toilet because of Charizard. Pokemon Go. It's very competitive. I'm trying to catch them all. I'm trying to catch them all. I gotta catch them all. All right. So what is this guy doing? Here's what this guy's doing. Look. Tim Doyle attacks and threatens YouTuber That Umbrella Guy. He's not just a YouTuber. He's a way of life. That Umbrella Guy is the spirit of freedom and independence. He is the spirit of fighting back against these weirdos. He's a Southerner. He's a good old boy. He's a lot of fun. Everyone loves That Umbrella Guy. Print shop owner Tim Doyle, who has a history of harassing Ethan Van Sciver, Diversity in Comics, and even targeted Mitch Breitweiser, has a new target, YouTuber That Umbrella Guy. That's because That Umbrella Guy, like me, like Diversity in Comics, and even like Mitch Breitweiser, the late Mitch Breitweiser. Where is Mitch? Saw him the other day. It was nice to see him. Are very effective. That Umbrella Guy has also become a very effective spokesperson for pointing out what utter degenerate scum these SJWs are. He's gotten good at it. Pointing out, tirelessly describing the SJW conspiracy. He's doing a great job. Okay. Doyle recently, by the way, Tim Doyle thinks he's part of the SJW conspiracy. Tim Doyle thinks that if he harasses people who vote rightward, Tim Doyle thinks that if he uses social media to harass Republicans, that the inevitable isn't going to happen. Tim, it's going to happen. Trump is going to win again. He's going to win again. Remember when you said, Tim, hold on a second. Oh, God. Why do I have to go through this? Do I have to do this? It's funny. I got to do it. You know? Why not? What is this? Everything's a living hell. Why is everything a living hell all the time? Besame mucho. Did I lose it? I may have lost it. Okay. I was trying to find something I took a picture of that Tim said. Tim said in 2015, he said, please, oh my God, please let Donald Trump become the Republican nominee for president of the United States. Mecca hi, Mecca heiny ho, you weirdo. Your wish is granted. Long live Zombie. Okay, he was, and he won, and he's going to win again. And he's going to make sweeping changes that are going to basically wipe out all of your dreams, everything that you believe in. And you can cry about it with Rachel Maddow all you want. You can call people Nazis. You can piss your pants. What do they say? You can shit yourself over it all you want. I'm looking forward to it. I can't wait until next November. I can't wait. It's going to be awesome. We don't do politics on this channel very much, but let me make it clear. Even if I didn't participate in talking about politics, still, next November is going to be awesome. I'm going to enjoy it. I'm going to enjoy the piss babies. Crying about another 4 years. And then another 8 years after that. Doyle recently targeted that umbrella guy in a series of tweets calling him a bigot. Do you think that umbrella guy is... do you think he's a bigot? Is Umbrella Guy a bigot? Oh, I don't think he's a bigot. I think he's a Smollett. No, not a Jussie Smollett. He's a little it. Except his heart. His heart is big. He has a big heart. He would then tweet out a thinly veiled threat indicating that Umbrella Guy would, quote, put himself and his family at risk. He is big, dude. He's like 7 feet tall. Yeah. Doyle would first attack that umbrella guy by calling him a notorious comic skate bigot. Watching a notorious notorious. Comicscape bigot doxed himself because he doesn't know the name of a Harry Potter actor. Pretty great. Matthew Lewis looks like Neville Longbottom has claimed another victim. Maybe the umbrella guy will stop being an asshole now that everyone knows who he is. Hasn't worked for you, Tim. It hasn't worked. I don't think that is the... I don't think that follows. This behavior is not abnormal for Doyle. No, he fucks his neighbor's dogs. He previously labeled the entire Comicsgate movement as white supremacists. He's also individually targeted creator Ethan Van Sciver and called him everything from a homophobic bigot to a Nazi. Yeah. Here's homophobic bigot Ethan Van Sciver telling people to report me for pointing out things they have actually said and done. Ethan keeps saying they're not. Thank you for using my proper pronouns, a-hole. There. One-man army. Not singular, plural. All right, thank you. They're not a homophobe, yet the internet is forever. We have screenshots. There's a lot more where this came from. All right, so he posts screenshots that are not real. Here's somebody saying, hey, Ethan, have you been seeing this shit posted on 4chan? Some of these clowns are trying to say you're a homo. There's a pizza Craigslist story and everything. Think this is part of what Moose was saying on his Twitter or what? Yeah, this is typically what people send to me all the time. I said, yeah, I've seen that shit. And I'll say it again. I'm not a filthy F-A-G-G-G-O-T word. I should never have helped Moose. And this actually says I should have let his wife die. Moose actually confronted me about this. I'm like, Moose, you know the people who made this. Ingrate fuck. Just ignore this F-A-G talk, okay? And this guy says, okay, Ethan, no problem. So this is fake. This never happened. This is a construct that was circulating around. I'm supposed to get this. I guess this was made like last year. I was supposed to get this and deny it vociferously. And once you deny something, then it becomes, you kind of get it out in the bloodstream of things. This was called, ironically, this is called a gay op. Fittingly, it's a gay op. But no. And it wasn't a pizza shop. You know, it was, let's see, what would it have been? A burger joint. Doyle would eventually admit his attacks on Van Sciver were purely because he's a Donald Trump supporter. Not only has Doyle attacked Van Sciver, but he also targeted Mitch Breitweiser due to his support of Donald Trump in the 2016 presidential election. Doyle, can you see this? Am I sharing the screen properly? Hold on a second. Yeah, I am. Okay. I don't know. I'm lagging behind on my iPad big time. Doyle has also targeted Richard C. Meyer and even sent him a letter, a threatening letter regarding his kids. In fact, it looks like Doyle is attempting to use the same tactic he used on Richard C. Meyer against that umbrella guy. After attacking that umbrella guy, Doyle would follow it up, indicating he knows where that umbrella guy lives. All right, so he says this to him, and then he says, once you know his name, it's really easy to find out literally everything about him. Tim Doyle uses private investigators. You know, that's what he's about. He uses private investigators to find out things about his political enemies. And his political enemies, by the way, don't even really know who he is. They're just people. They're just people that he wants to harass. Like, this guy's a legit menace. Probably belongs in prison. You know, probably belongs behind bars. It's only a matter of time before this catches up to him. The question now is he smart enough to shut the fuck up? Wow. Or will he keep harassing people who now know where he lives? Okay. So again, this is what Tim's doing here. First of all, let's talk about what they did to Umbrella Guy. And I don't know if it's in this article. Is it in this article? They keep showing the same thing over and over again. All right. Basically, what happened was they found out, and by they, I mean Renfamous, Chrissy, all of these anti-comic skaters, all of these scumbags, found out what Umbrella Guy's real name was. And it isn't hard to find out what Umbrella Guy's name is. You know, he, I don't know, like I saw it one time attached to, recently, I saw it attached to his YouTube account. And I was like, oh, the hell. And I actually sent him a message and I said, dude, are your initials ML? He said, yes. I said, all right, you need to fix that. So, you know, he may have accidentally exposed this information. I don't know how it got out to these people, but somebody found out about it and they were sitting on it, apparently. We know Umbrella Guy's name is Matthew Lewis. We know his name is Matthew Lewis, but we don't want to be accused of doxing him. Okay, we can't we're playing a game here. It's a fun game. We can't be accused of doxing him. So what do? Hey, the actor who plays Neville Longbottom, or whatever his name is, from Harry Potter, his real name's Matt Lewis too. This is a common name. It's Matt Lewis. It's a common name. So what we'll all do is we're all going to put it out there. We're all going to change our screen names to Matt Lewis is Neville Longbottom, et cetera, et cetera. And basically, Umbrella Guy is going to know. He's going to know that we know who he is. And he's going to freak out because Umbrella Guy, you know, look, he's nervous about this stuff. You know, he's nervous about these weirdos. He's got a family. So, of course, Umbrella Guy fell right into their trap and immediately started freaking out, thus giving them cover. Then they went, what? That's really your name? That's weird. You just doxed yourself. You doxed yourself. We were just talking about Harry Potter and you doxed yourself. So that is what they did to Umbrella Guy. And then they started just recently today to start to reveal information about his wife and about his kids and that they know where he lives, his address. So Tim Doyle is saying, hey, stop criticizing Kick Vic. Now, Umbrella Guy's whole thing is that he is highly critical of the weirdo SJWs who have decided that they are going to go after Vic Mignogna and destroy his career. Because Vic Mignogna is a Christian and a conservative. So they're going to destroy his career and push him out of the voice acting business, which is this is what they do. This is their entire purpose. That umbrella guy has devoted his channel to criticizing these people. He talks about it. He raises awareness about what's happening to this man. And so Tim Doyle says, don't you understand? We now know your name. Are you smart enough to shut the fuck up about what we're doing to Vic Mignogna? Because if you keep, and they say harassing, everyone who criticizes them, everyone who is aware of what they're doing, who talks about what they're doing, and what they're doing is wrong. What SJWs are doing is wrong. It's evil. These people are actually mentally ill. They're evil. They're zealots. If you talk about it, if you keep harassing people, the people who are literally harassing Vic Mignogna, if you talk about what's happening to Vic Mignogna's life at our hands, if you discuss our perfidy, our evil, our malevolence on your YouTube channel and raise awareness, we know where you live. We know where you live. This is Tim Doyle. This is a guy who sells prints. This is a guy who owns a print shop in Texas. And he's telling someone he's never met before, somebody with a pregnant wife, somebody with a little girl at home, a 5-year-old girl, that if he doesn't stop criticizing the people who are trying to destroy Vic Mignogna for political reasons, something bad's going to happen to him and his family. He says, my money is that he will double down and put himself and his family at risk by being even more of a harassing asshole. And then the cops will have to get involved. Sounds like a swatting threat to me. That sounds like a swatting threat. The cops are going to get involved. And jobs will be lost. We're going to go after your job. We're going to find out where you work, because you're not a full-time YouTuber like me. I'm a full-time YouTuber. Come and get me. I love it. And we're going to take your job away from you. He says there's a sadly predictable arc here. Now, Tim Doyle is using language that he's able to worm away from. He's saying, I'm not threatening him. I'm just saying I'm an observer. I'm just observing these things. I'm just observing and just warning him because I've seen it happen before. It's just a friendly piece of advice. Folks, this is mob tactics. These are mob tactics. This is how the mafia threatens businesses. Can you see how this has become political? This is what's going on now. Man, I feel so bad. I feel so bad for that umbrella guy. All he wanted to do was stand up for Vic Mignogna. All he wanted to do was say, this is wrong. This is a sin. This is a sin. The way you're treating that man is a sin. He didn't do anything wrong. You guys are trying to destroy his life. And umbrella guy says over and over again, you're trying to burn down his life for politics. Because you disagree with his politics. And it's so brave. It's really brave of what umbrella guy's doing. Unfortunately, what he's doing, he tried to do anonymously. You know. So you know, these are the consequences of that. Am I still live? Can you guys hear me? Let me check. I don't know if I'm still live. The internet might have crapped out on me. Everything's just cycling. But it says 1,690 people are watching. I don't know. Seems like I'm live. He says to all the Tug fans in my mentions, this is not a threat. This is an observation. This is the weasel words here. This is him protecting himself. This person has used anonymity as a shield to be a piece of shit. Now he is known, which exposes him. Will he change? I doubt it. But it says 1,690 people are watching. Oh, there I am. Can I turn that off? Will he change? I doubt it. He's not that smart. Why should he change? What he is doing is just. I can see you guys now. Thank you. What he's doing is just. What he's doing is right. You are on the side of evil, Tim, you ironic fake Satanist, you weirdo. What he's doing is right. He's doing the right thing. He's moral and just. He doesn't need to stop what he's doing. He needs to continue exposing you people for what you are. Because when normal people, Tim, as you found out, as you must have realized from your neighbors, when normal people interact with you, they don't like you. They call you an entitled, immature asshole. They tell you to get off your phone and see what the people around you might need. They suggest that you might be a sexual predator. They tell you to take a minute and look at your life choices. This is what normal people do. They call you blatantly fucking creepy. This is a normal person. This is just a normal person who lives next door to you, who interacts with you or tries not to interact with you, but is forced to see you and witness your lifestyle. Actually witness your lifestyle every day. This is what they say to you. And what do you say to her? I'm not here to sodomize your pets. People who see you, people who deal with you every day in person, call you an entitled, immature asshole. They tell you to get off your phone. They tell you to see what the people around you might need. They suggest that you might be a sexual predator. They tell you to take a minute and look at your life choices. They call you blatantly fucking creepy and juvenile. They say you seem like you're 14 years old. This is what people who interact with Tim Doyle think of Tim Doyle. And Tim Doyle is over here bothering a normal person who's fighting for justice. He's fighting for fairness. He's fighting to stop a literal harassment mob, a literal hate mob from coming down on one single man because he likes to pray. He likes to say prayers to Jesus when he puts on panel discussions for his fans. This kind, good man, Vic Mignogna. They want to destroy his life. They want to destroy his life for that reason, and Tug is standing up for him. Tug's one of a handful of people who are standing up for him. And yet, you're right, he's going to double down and he's going to put himself and his family at risk. Why does there need to be a risk? Why does it need to be risky to stand up to monsters like this kid? Why does that need to be a risk? Why might his little girl be hurt? Why might his wife, who is only a week from going into labor, why is she at risk? Why is she being threatened actively by people like Tim Doyle and people that he knows? Tim, why don't you say what you have to say to Tug, to the people that you fucking know, that you claim to know are going to hurt him? You piece of shit. Why don't you take all 4 feet and 400 pounds of your stupid ass and put it on the line to protect somebody who you disagree with from being harmed by your peers, since you apparently know that this is going to happen? What the fuck is the matter with you? Oh, let me ask your neighbor. Oh, you might be a sexual predator and you're an entitled, immature asshole. You need to get off your phone and see what the people around you might need. You need to take a minute and look at your life choices. You're juvenile at best and fucking creepy at worst. Oh, I got it now. Now I understand. That's why you are warning Umbrella Guy that people that you align with are going to hurt him and his family for standing up for Vic Mignogna, who is being attacked by a social justice warrior mob. You piece of fucking shit, dude. Thank goodness Umbrella Guy is not that smart. Umbrella Guy is very smart. But thank God Umbrella Guy is persistent in doing what he knows is right. And here's a guy who's going to put himself on the line for what's right. He doesn't want to. He doesn't want any of this trouble. He just wants to talk about how what's happening to Vic Mignogna is clearly, manifestly wrong. And you are warning him instead of warning your friends. Don't hurt this guy. Hey, he has a right. We can disagree with him. Vic Mignogna deserves bad things to happen to him for praying in public. He deserves the worst things, but don't hurt Umbrella Guy. He just disagrees with us. We're the left. The idea that the left in this country, especially the loony far left like Tim, who sees watching Rachel Maddow, this guy, have ever been compassionate, ever, is the biggest lie perpetrated in American politics. They are monstrous. This behavior is monstrous. This is monstrous behavior. These are stupid mob tactics. I'm from Jersey, Tim. I recognize this shit when I see it. Umbrella Guy responds, "We know where you live. Threats. This is why I address this publicly, because these idiots added my full name, even admitting it, while going a lot further. And Doyle, who talked about harming a government official, says, shut up, your family's at risk. No thanks." Good for you, Tug. Tug, you don't have to fight back like this. You don't have to fight back using his tactics. Just speak the truth, and these people will be behind you. Comicsgate? Comicsgate is a movement for justice. For real justice. Not social justice. For real justice, for actual justice, for normal people who see the world for what it's become. You're a part of that. And I know there have been times where you've said, I can't take it. There's so much infighting. There's so much stress being involved with this movement that I can't take it sometimes, Ethan. I'm just one guy. And I say to you, I know, pal. I know. Anytime you feel like putting down that burden, you go ahead and do it, and I'll take up for you. I'll always, always, always stand by you. Always. Loyalty, friendship means everything to me. But I completely understand how stressful this is. Anytime you feel like putting that down, you go ahead, take a break, let me take over for you. I'll do it. I don't think you will, though. You know, I don't think that's who that Umbrella Guy is. I don't think that's who Matt Lewis is. We now know his name. Matt Lewis, just a normal guy, just a regular guy with a family who, in order to protect his family but still stand up for truth and justice, put on a mask, took a fake name, and fought hard, just like a superhero. Fought hard until these animals unmasked him against his will. These people are villains. There's no doubt about it that these people are villains. I think they know they're villains. I think deep down they enjoy the fact that they're perceived to be villains. And I think that they've turned the comic book industry inside out. Just like they've turned everything that they infest inside out. They know they're evil. This guy knows he's evil. You don't write things like this and think you're on the side of goodness. You don't think you're on the side of actual justice when you write things like this. You know who you are when you look in the mirror. You can't bear the sight of yourself. which is why you take high-angle photos of yourself with optical illusions behind you and sunglasses on, your head turned to the side. This is who I want you to think I am. But that's not who I am. That's not who I am at all. This is who I am in reality. Short, fat, tiny hands. Sado Tim Doyle. Fat and sad, untalented Tim Doyle. Sad. Neighbors hate him. Think he's a piece of shit. Think he's creepy. Think he's up to no good. Travels all around the country trying to sell photocopies of drawings he did. Nobody really knows who he is. And only very peculiar people purchase things from him because they're part of his harassment campaign. They support his harassment campaign. Short, fat, dumpy, sad Tim. What a fucking loser. What a fucking loser. I'm proud. I'm proud to know that umbrella guy. I'm proud to know Matt Lewis. I'm glad I know what his name is now. You know, I'm glad I know. I'm glad I know him personally. You know, as a person instead of just a symbol. And I've spoken to him many times as a person. I understand. I know some details of his family. I never really knew what his name was until I accidentally saw it recently. I'm glad to know him as a person. And I'm proud of him. He stands with Vic, but I stand with that umbrella guy. I stand with Matt. And as long as I live, I'm not going to let this go down. I'm never gonna put down this this flag I picked up. It says Comicsgate. I'm never going to put it down. Other people can. I understand. People have their reasons. I'm never going to stop because people like this exist. People like this exist to do harm. My name is Ethan Daniel Van Sciver. I live in Marlton, New Jersey. I'm never going to stop doing what I do. Ever. Ever. I love it. A couple of people are reporting Tim Doyle for targeted harassment, posting private information and threatening physical violence. Cowards have blocked him when he called him out on his bullshit. I recommend that you guys do the same. I recommend that you do the same. I recommend that you bring awareness to this. I recommend that you, if possible, if you have it in your heart, if you have a few minutes, take a few minutes of your day. That's 1,682 people watching right now. Take a few minutes of your day. Go to Twitter. Find this guy. Report him. Report him for harassment. Report him for targeted harassment. Report him for threatening physical violence. Report him and then tell your friends to report him. Make this guy famous. That's what he wants. So let's do it. Let's make him famous. Let other people know. Let people know the kind of thuggery, the kind of stupid, pointless, hateful thuggery that exists on the fringes of the comic book industry. Let them know. Show them this. Talk about Matt Lewis. Talk about that umbrella guy. Then show them these tweets and ask them how they feel. How does it make them feel to read those tweets? Who is this guy? Who does this pudgy little dwarf, this short man, think he is, trying to make other human beings feel unsafe in their homes, trying to protect their families from people that they seem to control? Mark Waid did the same thing. Mark Waid said, I've got a hate mob coming down on Antarctic Press. I've got a hate mob ready to descend on you, Antarctic Press. I can hold them back. I can stop them if you're only smart enough. Are you smart enough to not publish Richard C. Myers' Jawbreakers? Otherwise, I don't know what to do. I don't know what I can do. Same style of threat. This is a threat. Article says, I spoke with that umbrella guy and he's taking Doyle's tweets seriously. He's informed me that he's contacted the police and filed reports. I don't know if he has or hasn't. I don't know if umbrella guy's bluffing. He's indicated to me that he's retained the services of Ty Beard, who is currently representing Vic Mignogna in the ongoing lawsuit. Okay, maybe. Maybe. But this can't be put just on umbrella guy's shoulders. You guys, we need you to rise up like a community and do what needs to be done. These are threats of violence. YouTube, I'm using your platform to inform my audience that a friend of mine is being threatened. And I hope that's okay. I don't know if I think it's okay. I think you understand. Yeah. All right. So with that having been said, I don't know. I don't know, guys. I care about my friends. And not only that, I care about people who are brave enough to stand up. Stand up to monsters like this kid. I don't know how old Tim is. I call him a kid. I care about people who are brave enough to do that. I think they need to be supported. I think there are some people in this world that they are tent poles, and they're just holding that tent up. They need some support. They need extra support, because otherwise everything's going to collapse. Everything's going to come down. So we all need to make sure that we hold up and support that umbrella guy as he does what he's doing. You guys have done that for me. You guys have been supporting me for how long? For a year and a half now we've been doing this. Somebody points out that he's a piece of trash adult. Thank you, Cam. You're right. You're right. I shouldn't be calling him a kid. He's an adult. I don't even know. I think he's in his 30s. He's old enough. He's got kids. He should be smarter than this. He should be smarter than this. We have the resources to make sure that people like this are legally punished. We've displayed that. We've displayed our ability to raise the funds as a community, as one voice, to punish someone legally and financially. We've done it twice now for stuff like this. We don't tolerate this. We don't tolerate this at all. We'll bring awareness to it. We'll decide what to do from there. You're a danger. You're a danger to your community. You seem to be indicating that you're a danger to mine. That's not smart. All right, let me read some of these super chats here, you guys. Thank you so much. Appreciate you guys. Whoa, a lot of super chats. Thank you. Oh yeah, a lot of people excited about Rainbow Brute. Rainbow Brute is what we need right now, says the rookie critic. I got to go back even further here. For goodness, the guys, thank you. This is a lot of money. I appreciate that. This will all go towards groceries. Track Media Only says, I'm waiting on your cover to buy Vampirella #1. Death Taxes and SJW say, the Quarterings mods banned me from posting comments and super chats last night because I supported you. That's weird. I looked. I saw I was getting some support. I don't know what happened. Yetna P says, ask Ricada to go on his show and hang out the way Doug did the other day. Please don't say I can't get on or think you're too tiny a channel. Please ask for your fans. Then he does this and says, and I want to hear you talk about SJWs. I've been on Ricada a couple of times. He's been good enough to have me on as recently as like a couple months ago. Rookie Critic says Rainbow Brute is what we need right now. Yetna P says, please keep Bo because Bro is played out in generic. Yeah, I'm going to keep Bo. I've decided Rainbow. That's his name is Rainbow. Diversity Comics hit me up and said it should be Rain Bro, because Bro is going to be kind of like the ongoing thing that connects all of these toxically masculine characters together, like, you know, Bro White. But I disagree. I like Rainbow. Rain, like REIGN, like, and then bow. I just, maybe he can even have a bow. I don't know. GR People says, take our money now. Press money for Caesar. I will hope to take your money when I launch the campaign. I promise you great quality products. This campaign is going to be the prettiest campaign that I can possibly offer. This tin is going to be the perfect Christmas gift. That's how I kind of see this. I'm hoping that we can get this thing produced and out by the end of the year. I've learned that for tax reasons, that's that's important. So I'd want to have this tin ready for the end of Christmas if possible. If not, you know, we'll see. But it is going to be really, really nice. The Rookie Critic says, can you say this line? Oh, I read that one. Talons of Wayne Chang says, congrats, Ethan. It looks great. You must be feeling really chuffed and proud. Looking forward to my $50 tier goodies arriving here in the UK. Cheers. Thank you so much for your support. Mike Jenkins says, I don't have a join button. What gives? Are you looking at this on your phone? If you can't find the join button, it's next to the subscribe button on your screen. So underneath the image, it'll say subscribe. It should say join. If you press that button, and I think you can, if you have a PC, you'll definitely see it there. Sometimes you don't see it on your iPhone or iPad. But if you join, you'll be giving me $4.99 a month as a way of saying continue doing what you're doing. Even if you get demonetized, even if they don't like the content, we're now paying you instead of ad revenue to keep doing what you're doing. And I appreciate that. That makes it easier. Otherwise, I have to sit there and go, is this video going to get demonetized? Am I allowed to talk about things like this? I don't want my YouTube channel to be and the topics that I discuss to be determined by whether or not YouTube is going to punish me for posting them. I want to give you the real content, the stuff that I'm thinking of, and my opinions, regardless. And Yetna P, thank you for joining. Yetna P just became a new member. GR People says 28 months later, wish that would happen. It is happening. They announced it. They're making that sequel. Richie W says, add a Brutus emoji for Doug. Melissa Irvin says, instead of emo grizzlies, how about Ursa emos? Hey, that's pretty smart, Melissa. Is that too Ursa emos? Is that too smart for people? Like for kids? Because, you know, yeah, like I think only adults know what Ursa means, like Ursa, a bear. I mean, think about it, Melissa. That's very smart. Diablo Arizona says, Cecil for the High Council. Yeah, I got to say, we had Mecha Random on. And Mecha Random, for the first time, we always have guests on, and like there'll be a few complaints from people. Mecha Random did great, and there were 0 complaints. And I was able to go back to her and say, you had a 100% positive feedback rate from everybody who discussed the High Council the other day. Everyone loved Mecha Random. She was fun. And I think fits in good. I think honestly, we kind of, the 3 of us jive better than even, you know, the 3 of us with Jeremy did. I hate to say that, but it's true. It felt a lot more smooth. Unhinged Crank says, you look like a well-fed Woody Harrelson. You think? I mean, I take that as a compliment. I think he's handsome. You know, I think he's he's nice. He handsome. I don't know. He's not goofy looking. Got Australian $2.99 from somebody. Message retracted, but thank you. Jake Foley says this movie looks like Toxic Soy. Ben Crocker says Michael Cera should have been Jesse's doppelganger, as is in real life. Yeah, for real. Those 2 guys are the same. They're the same. GR People says trailer looks like it's showing character interactions. Showed a big zombie fight with monster trucks, but briefly. Yeah, I guess they think, like on The Walking Dead, that interactions between the human characters are going to be just as interesting and draw people in as much as fighting zombies. To me, it's 50-50. I need to see some zombies. I need to see a threat. Honey Thunder says, honey can come later. Now it's time for the thunder. Steps in Gold says, has your son hit that babysitter yet? Playa. I don't think so. You know, I don't think he has. I hope not. Richie W says, Tim Doyle is classic cluster bait. Chris D. Abyss says, this guy looks like he needs an RKO out of nowhere. He just looks hateful or hateable. Mr. CPU says, contacts are a pain in the ash, so I look soy. Raging Golden Eagle, I agree. I don't want to put anything in my eye. I have reading glasses for when I draw, but boy, I would really like to get LASIK and see if I can get my vision restored a little bit. Raging Golden Eagle says, anyone who thought Trump derangement syndrome was bad in 2016, wait till he wins again in 2020. I may pull a muscle laughing so hard. I'm going to be with you, but I'll be ready to fight because they're going to be crazy when all hope is lost. When Trump won in 2016, everyone, was saying he's not even going to make it a full year. He's not going to make it a full term. He's going to get arrested. Well, it turns out no, and he's probably going to be reelected. Mark's Main says, did you receive the box I sent you? Haven't seen any P.O. box vids in a long time. Why would you deny yourself the glory of Jabba the Hutt and pie? Is it this? Did you send me this? I've opened a couple of packages that I received in the mail without filming it, and I do feel bad about it, but it's like I just wanted to open the boxes and I didn't want to film it. It was a lot of work. I'm grateful to everyone who sends me gifts. I use them. I appreciate them. I've been reading the comics that people send. In fact, the other day, I got a big bundle of Six Gun Gorilla comics from Brian. Is it Eastgow? Oh, Christgow? Brian Christgow. And I read them out by the pool. I just stacked them up and I read them. And, I just thought, wow, these are really good. And then I went and Antonio actually had him on a live stream. And I was able to say, I read all your comics and they were really, really good. So that's really cool. Like if you send me comics, I'll probably read them unless they're porn. In which case I'll just look at them. Brian the Observer said, challenge Doyle to a boxing match. He's ducking. I know. David Hervey says he's sowing the seeds. This is sick. Thank you, David, for saying that. Johnny Go Blue says, hide your pets, Tug. Devin, I lost my place. Devin Echeverria says, yeah, you're good. When is Rainbow Brute going to drop? I want to make sure Rainbow Brute will drop when the first people start showing their CyberFrog blood honeys. Okay, so that's the thing. As soon as I start to see people holding up CyberFrog blood honey on Twitter, got my copy. I don't need to wait until everyone's fulfilled, but once the fulfillment process has begun and people are receiving it, then I'll feel okay about starting the new campaign. So that's going to be official. Okay. Angry Liquid says, you sound like John Malkovich when you get angry. A lot of people say that to me. A lot of people say I sound like John Malkovich. I had to go listen to him, and I was like, oh, yeah, I kind of do. Some Degree of Sundown says, shipping on Vampy prints. Shipping on them. They're all coming. They're being fulfilled now. So if you bought a Vampy print, it's on its way. I believe it's going to come in a tube, and you should get it in perfect condition. Let me know if you bought one, and if there's a problem, we'll get it replaced. I mean, fulfillment is going to be an issue that we're going to be watching very carefully. Razdoc says, PSA, Cybertronic Spree is proud to have Doyle as their official artist. Vomits. J Sim says, amazing rant. Tug deserves all our support. Frostbeard says, thanks for what you do. And thank you for $10, by the way. When you guys give me $10, it's like humbling. It's like, wow. Thanks for this rant. Take my money both here and for CyberFrog. Thank you. Thank you. Again, everything that I do is for you guys. You guys pay me to do this. I mean, let's be real. It's like I probably do this for free anyway because I absolutely love live streaming. But you guys actually pay me and make it worthwhile. You pay my bills. When you buy CyberFrog, you pay my bills. You feed my family. No joke. Humbly, thank you. I don't want to lose you guys. You guys mean everything. Absolutely everything. Wendy Herring says, every time I've had to tell Twitter of threats of people who have doxed me, Twitville was like, nah, we see no violation of TOS. What? Well, Wendy, if a lot of people do it, then maybe there's something that happens. It's something. Twitter is interesting. It's almost like you have to be persistent about it. I mean, these are clearly out of line. I'm not telling you to mass report anyone. I'm saying this guy is threatening or implying that he's using Twitter's platform to, at the very least, if he's not threatening him, he is using intimidation tactics to get that umbrella guy to stop talking on his YouTube channel, implying that bad things are going to happen to him. Okay. So there's no weaseling out of that. He is trying to be intimidating. Mr. Roy is a new member. Thank you for joining the channel. Robin Eaton says, congrats from England. Can't wait to get my copies. Deltaverse is a new member. Thank you, Deltaverse, for joining the channel. Blackguard 4 says, are there plans for Caps Comics website in the future? Also, is Gay Ops just Cyclops' long-lost, fabulously gay brother? No. I don't know where the term gay ops came from, and I hate the fact that gay is attached to it because it's like, can I say this? It's politically incorrect. All right, it's politically incorrect. It is. Gay ops just means there are people who coordinate stunts. They'll get into sort of private chat rooms. They'll get into discords, and they'll say, okay, you go out there and do this. And then this is, when this guy reacts this way, we'll be able to report him, or we're just trying to get this out of him to expose him. But people planning to expose each other, cause trouble, to get people kicked and deplatformed, that's gay ops. As for an all caps comics website in the future, there needs to be one. I'm trying to put out more, like I said, I'm trying to put out more books, more stuff. So here's what we have coming up. I'm going to launch the Indiegogo campaign for Vampirella #1, the cover for Vampirella #1, which is sitting right there. I showed you the blue line of it. I got to finish that today or tomorrow. Get that colored. We're going to put the Indiegogo campaign up for that because Vampy #1 is new and people need to be able to get it. And since people are going to be receiving their copies of CyberFrog Vampirella shortly, like probably within a week, I'm not worried about it. So we're going to put that Indiegogo campaign up. As soon as we start fulfilling CyberFrog Blood Honey, I'm going to launch 3 different campaigns at once. It's going to be crazy. And this is when we might consider doing an all caps comics website. The trading card set is going to be the first one. We're getting that together now. We're going to be launching the black and white prints of CyberFrog Blood Honey, just to try to get that campaign to $1 million. Hopefully we can sell $100,000 worth of those. I don't know if we can or not, but we'll try. We're going to launch that campaign, and then we're going to launch Rainbow Brute. So there will be 3 campaigns going at once for merch. Merch is the trading card set. Black and white editions of CyberFrog Blood Honey, which is ready. I mean, we'll print those right away. They'll be ready to go. There will be no wait on those. And then also Rainbow Brute all at once. And so maybe it's time. Maybe it's time for a website. Am I out? I hear you guys saying he'll be back. Okay, I think I'm here. I think I'm still here. All right. Let's see. Cecil says, I vote Mecca for High Council, Cecil for special guest star. Cecil, like, you belong on the High Council more than anyone because you have been here the longest. Like, you were a rotating guest. So everybody wants you to be on. I know that you can't necessarily commit to every Tuesday, but you're always going to be invited to come on. I like Mecca a lot. The other choices are Anna, Doomcock. Oh, there's so many. Jesse, Milestone. I'm thinking of all the Star Wars, like Fandom Menace channels. There are quite a few. Agent Exeter says, would you consider creating a masterclass type video or videos for people like myself who wants to create and publish a comic book? That's interesting. I don't, you know what? Like, I don't even know that much about it right now. When it comes to publishing a comic book, I'm learning as I go. So I wouldn't be able to do a master class on that yet, but I could talk about drawing a comic, I don't know, stuff like that. Rex Ranger 242 says, hey, Ethan, I made a video on YouTube and tweeted it to you. It's a cover of your intro. Enjoy. South Jersey represent. Oh, really? Okay, cool. Thanks. Frank Valero, and thank you for $10. Frank Valero says, I remember when I was a little kid living in San Antonio when Woody Harrelson's dad killed that federal judge. Yeah. That was a while ago. That was like in the early 60s, wasn't it? Crazy Manor 2003, thank you for €5. When Doug didn't acknowledge you, he not only disrespected you, but thousands of people who backed him because of you. Yeah, the Doug thing, we've been talking about that all day because Doug blocked me on Twitter, which was stunning to me. And I think Doug blocked me because he was just trying to officially break ties with Comicsgate. And I find that sad. Doug was a big part of the show. He was a big part of Comicsgate Live. I definitely enjoyed having him on as a character. It's funny because Cecil found this 5 minutes worth of video where Doug talks about how he sees Comicsgate early on, like August of last year, so a year ago, how he sees Comicsgate in relationship to himself. And even in that video, he said, Comicsgate, when it comes to Bigfoot Bill, Comicsgate's maybe given me $10,000, of the $200,000 that I got. That came from my fans, my long-term fans, long-time fans. And I was stunned by that. I don't know how he could possibly justify that. I don't think that's true at all. So, there are a lot of things about Doug that are a disappointment to me. But and I wish I wasn't blocked. That was the ultimate disappointment. But we are going to move on. We have to move on. We have to just kind of go, you do what you do. Not everybody is going to stick with Comicsgate. I try to be a good judge of character. When I promote someone and I tell you guys that you should buy their comics, it's because I love their comics. I think they're good and they deserve it. But I'm not always 100% correct. Okay, I goof. Diablo AZ says you must have liked Mecha's riding crop. I didn't like it. I thought it was weird. I was like, what are you doing on the Phantom Menace? Atley Mork Oftidal says, looking forward to both Vamp and CyberFrog. Which of your DC comics do you most recommend that are available on Comixology? Go get Green Lantern Rebirth. Green Lantern Rebirth, or Jeff Johns and I did Green Lantern Rebirth and Flash Rebirth. Your boy Zach says he thinks my art is better on Flash Rebirth. I don't know. The first issue, definitely. I think I kind of slacked off a little bit on the rest of it, but Green Lantern Rebirth is pretty good all the way through. Richie W says, shill, God King. Chris Iser is a new member. Thank you for joining. Saggy Bones says, got Batman Mad by Greg Hurwitz, and that would be the Batman book that I did with Greg. And One Dirty Tree recently. These Van Skyvers seem to have some talent. Thank you for supporting us. I appreciate it. Diablo AZ says, play you with my teenagers in the car. Good radio, better than Stern. My kids have learned to recognize and stay away from blue-haired land whales, soy boys, and SJWs. They laugh when the drama is being discussed. Well, hello, kids. Now I feel bad for swearing so much today. That's awful. Let's see. What's going on in the chat here? Flash Rebirth was great, says Hapa Kuma. Thank you. With some time gone by, I'm thinking of actually doing, maybe doing another kind of live stream commentary where we talk about it. Let's go through the comic, and if you guys have questions, is that interesting or is that not interesting? I don't know. When you have, how many people are watching right now? You never know. When I start yelling, more people start watching. We got 1,550 people watching. When you've got this many people watching, you have to go, is that interesting? Would you want to talk about comics? And most of the time, people like to talk about the more, or they like to listen to me talk about the more broad issues that are going on in pop culture. But I do want to talk about comics a little bit more with you guys. And frankly, you guys have been hitting these videos. I talk about comics, and I'm getting like... I can't believe it. Like, I did one comic book or one video called DC Comics Acknowledges Comicsgate is Correct at San Diego Comic-Con. Fans prefer the old stuff. 53,000 views on that? Are you kidding me? I was like, that's just a comic book video. 53,000 views. Let me see what the other one is. I'm doing comic book videos where I talk about the industry, like diversity in comic style, and getting massive views. Like, people are like, yeah, please talk more about the comic book industry. And I don't mind doing that because it's something that I kind of know about. Wow, NPC Comics pros are beginning to realize it's over. They're scared. 117,000 views for that. Okay, I'll talk more about comics. That's fine. That's demand. That's supply and demand. Mossberg 88 says, talk about Copic multi-liners. I wish they would let me do ads for them. I love Copic multi-liners. It's crazy. Let's see. Al Lewis says that video was beast mode. Yeah, I do. I love talking about that stuff. I just do, Opaz79 says, I love Ethan from Sweden. Sorry. Don't be sorry. I love you too. Metatron's Cube says, unfiltered comic talk. Yeah. And people are still interested in seeing the, comic stuff. Cecil says for $5, she says, tonight at 11 p.m., John, Anna, Cecil, and Kelsey, The Jack Show. Isn't that clever? They have a show where it's like John Malin, so that's J, Anna, that's A, Cecil, that's C, and then Kelsey, K. They call it The Jack Show. And they're a really funny group because they all get drunk together. And, he says, with a special surprise guest, cough, F. Doyle the Boyle and back Starblades. Oh, okay. Yeah, F. Doyle. Oh, that's not the guest. He's just saying F Tim Doyle, the boil. And do back Star Blades by Cecil. I'm sorry, not Cecil, Kyle Ritter. The great Kyle Ritter. Liam Gray, thanks for $2. He says comics are community. They can be, you know. They can be. You know. Unhinged Crank says Michaels has Copic sales often. Yeah, the big colored Copic colored markers are very expensive, and if they go on sale, definitely get them. Wow, Metatron's Cube, thank you for joining the channel. Appreciate it. And holy cow, Isu R, thank you for a yellow donation. I don't know what it is. Is it 373 yen? Says waiting for Rainbow Brute. Thank you for everything. Thank you, like literally thank you for everything. You know, don't thank me. I'm thanking you. You know, everything that we have, you know, everything that my family has is because of you guys. You know, my life, and I enjoy my life is all because of your support. I'll never, ever forget it. I'm never going to get a big head. I'm never going to deny you. I'm always going to fight for you. And that's just never going to stop. So when I say thank you to you guys, you know, people joining the channel, giving me money to talk about, you know, this stuff, it's a pleasure. Thank you. I'm really grateful. Anthony Scott, I'm cool with everyone until they say I don't deserve to be a backer. Who would say that? That's weird. Achura77 says, isn't that $3? No, if it's yellow, it's more like it's between $10 and $15. Like YouTube, they let you know by the color of the super chat basically how much money it is in US dollars. So yellow is generally like $10 to $15, and then like red is $100, and like I think orange is $20 or something like that. I don't know. It's fun. Chuck Reardon, thank you for $1. I appreciate it. Okay, FP Sunny says, just have us stay in your pool house. I don't have a pool house. I just have a pool. There's no pool house. And I wish I had a guest room. My house is full at this point. You know, the basement is all my studio. It's all my office. I have 4 bedrooms, and Hunter lives here. So we're a full house. But otherwise, 100% true. I would have you here. Cyrillidian Illyrium, oh God, says, isn't that an Indian rupee? Is it? I don't know. You'd be teaching me something. I don't know if it's oh, it's a rupee. Okay, yeah, yeah. I don't know. I got to learn all these things. All right, everyone. Thank you so much. I'm gonna go. I'm gonna get back to work. I got to do this Vampirella cover. Wow, Track Media. Thanks for. Now you guys are throwing money at me. Track Media. Thank you for $10. I would love to hear you go over the DC comics or any comics you've done. It would be interesting to hear how you feel about it, what you feel you did right or wrong, etc. Now, I did a series of those videos early on when this channel started. I went through almost every comic that I've ever done, and you can watch those, but maybe I should update them. Maybe I should do them again. I made those videos when I had 9,000 subscribers. If I did them again now that I've got, you know, 130, almost 132,000, maybe they'd get a set of new eyes, and we'd have more discussion about it. All right, everyone. Salute. I love you all. I'm going to see you soon. I don't know if it's going to be tonight. Andrea is like, have you done a video today? Have you done? Andrea is on it. She's telling me to get down there and keep the YouTube channel going because all of the metrics are up. It's doing great. We're actually hearing from people that watch these videos. I saw a. Should I tell you this? Someone who works in comics yesterday. I was talking to them in person. And they said, it's so weird to like hear that voice and have you standing right in front of me. Like now I'm officially a YouTuber. That's what they say to YouTubers. They go, I can't believe like I hear your voice and you're here and you're not on my computer or coming out of my phone. So it's pretty neat. Love you guys. Andrea loves you guys. And my best, our best for my family to you. I'll see you again. Maybe I'll come back tonight and do another live stream. Okay. All right. Take care.